Hey guys, what are we doing today in this video? We are checking out all of our planets in the Bro Republic and doing a bit of a tour of all the bases, seeing what y'all have built, and checking the population levels because I've noticed that some planets are not as active as I thought, and others have been consistently getting people playing on them. So for example here, if we look at Effigy, let's see what's the nearest base we could check out first. Alright, for our first base of this tour, something caught my eye called Trinity Missile Base. Let's check it out. Let's check it out in photo mode real quick. This is sick. It's almost like a hydroponic farm missile silo area. Yeah, for sure. I missed the landing pad here. I could have landed here. And this here was built by a fella called Dog Brain, I believe. I think he's here. Yeah, he's just way off on the other side of the planet. This is sick. Yeah, very nice attention to detail. I'd love to ask Dog Brain what he's preparing for, what kind of war he's trying to fend off with these missiles, but until we hear back from him, let's just assume that this is to keep away the griefers and such, you know what I'm saying? These here are intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs right here. But they don't just let anybody launch them. You need an Atlas Pass V1 to launch them, so yeah, there's that. Awesome base. Not only do we have those ICBMs over there, if you look, you also have these missile launchers on either side of this building here, so very well defended base, very cool. All right, and now moving on to the next one. Now we're headed to the Effigy 4 Spaceport and Service Center. Let's see if we can get an oil change on this bad boy. We've got a very humble little service station here. Oh, more of it's loading in. If you're on Effigy 4 and you need an oil change on your ship, you know where to come. Not the largest spaceport in the world, but if you look here, there's a little waiting room for when your ship is being serviced. A little lounge with a bar. Very nice, very nice. Very nice to see this kind of development on our planet. Next up, we're going to check out Eamon Jan's place called Cathedral of Baken Air. Baken Air? We're about to find out. You see what I mentioned earlier. Now it's showing up to 175 other bases. So depending on when you check and when you look at the discovery screen, and even then, the game will never load more than a couple at a time for you to visit. But the good thing is that they're all still there in the server. It's just hard to get to them, sadly, but yeah. Very nice cathedral. I'm not gonna lie, I think we better start taxing the the clergy here on Effigy 4 because definitely the tithes that people are paying is way too much. Look at all this, holy shit. And not only is it elegantly decorated, if you go into the inside, you'll see giant, what would you call it, an effigy to different discoveries. There's a planted garden, the massive halls of the cathedral. Wonder how much time this took to build. This is an incredible build, holy shit. Within the patio portion of the church, you'll see many old ancient ruins. Most of them were not here. Some of them are remnants of an old ancient civilization that built walls here, but most of it was taken from other parts of the planet. And other parts were even taken from other parts of the solar system and hauled over here just to accentuate the landscape near the cathedral. And if you look to the east of the cathedral, there is a settlement, a local settlement from the Effigyrians, the local alien races. So yeah, and up on top of this floating island, some say it's divine origin, but this island has a little gazebo on top. So very nice place to gather to have your wedding. I mean, I know some of y'all don't follow this specific cathedral, but think about it. If you want to get married on Effigy, this is definitely the place. There is a deeper history to these walls here. But I'm not sufficiently informed to tell you what exactly it stopped. If it was just for the protection of this ancient city that lives on to this day, or if it was more of a tactical sort of wall, I couldn't tell you. But definitely interesting. And if you want to check it out, here are the coordinates on screen. Next, we're going to check out Valhalla Valley. Well, it's definitely a valley. We'll just park our van right here and wait for it to be daytime.
¿Tienes el culo negro? Te traigo la
There's a big dirty secret about black holes, contrary to widespread belief. It's actually...
Alright, it's taking too long to become daytime. So what we're gonna do instead is see if it all loaded in, and let me try to land on the actual island itself. So Valhalla Valley is like an elevated base structure located within this valley of splendid mountains on Effigy. You see we have nice lakes, a river almost, and this beautifully sculpted base. Just look at it. Holy shit. They have like different areas with different theming. For example, the Atlas corner is filled with these almost withered trees, but it seems to be just that type of fauna growing from the corrupted Atlas's energy. And then if you go over on this side, we have the Traveler corner, where it has this sort of giant gourd. I heard rumors that this is like almost a botanical garden that people go, especially people who say cringe things about Valhalla. But if you look here, these baobab looking trees, we have the teleport corner. Very, very beautifully constructed base, I'll tell you. I've never seen a base with the gardening aspect of it so well intertwined into the architecture. It's just great, great work. If we go further down, there's more of those withered looking trees. In this map section, this shows like a local topography of the valley itself, a little save point. And if we go over here, there's some pillars from the ancient ruins that we saw earlier transported over here. I'm sure that they have more use here than in the cathedral, just because it marks this center plate of more botanical stuff. So I think it becomes more of use in this base instead of the cathedral, because in the cathedral it's just like leftover ruins and the wall, but here it retains a more significant role to the builder itself in what it symbolizes for him. Instead of trying to impose his will onto the planet, he instead tries to showcase little snippets of the planet's ecology all in one zone. If you go here, this represents the winter that never really comes on Effigy. Effigy is more of like a temperate planet, but there were ice ages in its past, and this corner of the base represents that as well. If we go into this little, oh, that's how I get onto the base. The base entrance is actually to this little hobbit hole here, so very cool. Cool. Welcome to Valhalla Valley. It's almost like a guided tour, self-guided tour of the ecology of Effigy, the extinct plants that no longer grow on this planet, different eras in time, and also different concepts. I'm very, very impressed with this base here. Honestly, it's very well crafted and it's very mindful. It definitely lives up to its name. The valley is definitely improved by this very thoughtful structure. All right, now Vikon Beach Club. Let's check it out. Vikon Beach Club is one of the premier resorts on Effigy for anyone looking for a vacation where they could just dip their toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in the world, and a cold beer in my hand. Not only are there parking spots for all your buddies, there is a parking garage for all your vehicles. There's top of the line suites. It seems to not be super furnished at the moment, but I've heard that they are working on making this place fully opened by early next year. So definitely keep that marked on your calendars. This is a resort to be at in Effigy 4. Part of me is loving that there's beach resorts and such on Effigy 4, but another part of the, you'd say, the community might be a bit bothered that the local ecology is being damaged and all that by all the tourists. You know, they're throwing their garbage on the ground and such, but I wouldn't worry too much about it because, firstly, it's just a game, bruh. Secondly, look at this view. Whatever they're charging for this resort, I'm paying for it. Just look at that. This is just spectacular. If you look right here, the pier goes all the way out into the water. Glass bottom pier, by the way, very expensive. Now here is one of my favorite spots to fish on all of Effigy 4. Alright, so let's use some processed meat and bait and see what happens. Common fish. Alright. Oh no, I love this base, man. I can't wait to spend a couple of days here at Vikon Beach Club. Very, very beautiful. Alright guys, should we visit Studio 54 Sinners Inn? I don't know what Lord Quaz 1977 is on, man. I don't know what kind of stuff he's putting in Sinners Inn. And I'm not entirely sure I want to visit it, but my curiosity is getting the best of me, not gonna lie. What in the Diddy party are we about to walk into? It's actually just a nightclub, guys. Chillax. It's not nothing crazy. Oh shit. Holy shit. It's a good thing I landed at night as well. Checking out over here, there's a nice lounge area. Very lovely. There's some seating, like, you know, those Middle Eastern lay on the floor and eat with your buddies type of shit. That's what they got here, man. Now if we go further down, we have access to a little mini bar here where you can order your drinks. There's also a kitchen, so you could actually order food. There's a landing pad here on this side. And if you go further this way, there's the dance floor. A lot of people fly all the way here just to get to this dance floor. I know it's not the biggest dance floor, but it's got a ball, man. Like, what more could you want? You go to the Squid DJ right here. You make any requests. You know, if you want something a little more nice and slow, you just slip them a 5 and you tell them what you want, and this squid fella's got you. Yeah, this is, I love the attention to detail when people like will make a nightclub with a dance floor and make an actual DJ with his whole setup. That's just crazy, man. I love it. Another bar out here. You know, this place gets lit. No one's here right now, but when it pops, it pops. And if you go up top, there's a secret third mini bar up here where the executives and people who pay top dollar come. Alright, this is an exclusive nightclub, by the way, so don't just think any scrub is gonna get in here. You gotta get past security, you gotta know somebody, and yeah, for sure, this is a very nice establishment. I shouldn't have judged it by the name. The name is a bit sus if you think about it. It's called Sinners Inn, but Studio 54 definitely gets a thumbs up from me. More of his bases are popping up, so let's check out Cooper's base station. I hope it's not a misspelling of copper, because if it's just a copper mine, that would be lame. Alrighty, this is actually, it looks like a train station, not gonna lie. I wonder where the train's at though. Yeah, this seems more like your run-of-the-mill transit station, unless it is a ferry spot. You know, if it's a ferry stop, I would completely get it. We need, whenever Light No Fire comes out, I hope they get that shipbuilding aspect into the game. I know we already have the Corvettes, but like water ships, you know what I'm saying? Like ocean vessels. If we could build those, that would be so sick. So sick. But for the time being, we're stuck with just a little raft that we could put on the water. But very nice base, bro. Very nice. All right, we're running out of bases that are loaded right now. So let's check out Apex Suborbital Access Granted. Oh, it's also Dogbrain. Bro, you're building a bunch of bases here, bro. And by the time you log out, only I think the most recent base that you uploaded will be visible. All right, I don't really see a base here, so we'll have to move on to the next one. Let's stop by and say hi to the nearest person. Let's see what we got. We got naviragde. Let's check them out. Let's see what they're up to. I think they're ship hunting. And why is there 2 of them?
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
What's up, bro? Ship hunting? What you doing? What you doing? Oh, he's driving. Makes me want to drive.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Hey, don't run from the Lord!
Alright, we're on a police chase. Hey, oh, is this your base? Hold up. Is this your Corvette? That's my question. Oh, this is a base. Hold up. Is this a base built around a Trading post? Hold up, this looks sick. It is. Wow. And let me tell you, they built it so well that it looks like not even a separate part. You know, it looks like it's just integrated into this. One of the best trading post bases I've seen in a while. It looks literally just like a trading post. It's called Lupical, Bazaar, and Promenade. Work in progress. Very nice, bro. Very, very nice build. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I was not expecting to run to the base right here. No, you probably can't hear me, but what can you tell me about this base? If you're watching this video, bro, just leave it in the comments. What can you tell me about the lore of this place? And anyone else, if you see any of your bases in this video, feel free to drop in the comments what were your thoughts behind it. Like, for example, that one guy, the Valhalla Valley, I just interpreted whatever the heck came into my mind, but if you had something else in mind, feel free to let me know, bro. This Corvette is nice too. Let's see it from the outside. I wonder if it's inspired by any sort of sci-fi or if it's like an original design, because this is a very, very nice design. Kind of looks like a pod racer slash droid ship from Star Wars, but I don't know, is it? Looks very unique. I love it. Let's say hello. Hello. Very nice space, bro. Wonder if you know you're gonna be in the next Nolopada upload, bro. Wearing the same skin too. Oh, hold up. There's more over here. This is like the pavilion where they park all their vehicles at. Very nice. They put a lot of work into this base. Not gonna lie. I like it a lot. Alrighty, that's all the time I have for this tour, but make sure to stay tuned because I'm going to be checking more bases on Effigy 4 and also going to the sister planets of Akiva, Ayatollah, and Yagara. Those are our 3 sister planets right now that are not the main capital, but they've got some bases on them, and I can't wait to check them out here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Nolo. See ya.